My friends, how's it
Hello.
going? Everyone's here. Oh, we're gonna remove you from the stage.
Thank you.
There we go. Look, I got it
Fixed.
going. All right.
How's
It's
everybody doing?
Wednesday night yarn adventures. Always a positive thing to do. Hang out. We're back in Virginia at our friend's house at Fairhaven Farm, and we are hanging out. Dean is monitoring comments on his phone tonight, and we are home from Rhinebeck. Oh man, I got a text Froggett.
Hey, Jess.
Did you know that?
You got to text them
I had
about.
to text Froggett because I need to tell him what colors we need.
Hey,
Yeah.
Anita.
Hi, Anita. Hi, Jess. Hi, Val from Kentucky. So nice to see all of you this evening. Stitch Stuff
Stitch
joining
stuff.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are so excited you guys are here. We're going to do a brief recap of what we did this week, including Rhinebeck. And then I'm gonna show off what I got. I did buy a few things.
Yeah.
Not too many.
Not too many.
I kept it very much in check
Did
this
you get
year.
them?
Here,
Oh, okay,
I'll
cool.
my bag. Okay, so let's get started. A week ago today, we were somewhere.
Yep.
Ohio?
No, that was the day before Ohio. So we're in St. Louis.
Oh.
Yeah. Stayed the night. Monday night. Oh, it's
No,
Wednesday.
we were in New Jersey.
We were in
were
New
at Mike
Jersey.
and
We were
Amanda's.
at Mike and Amanda's.
So we were at
Yes.
Mike and Amanda's. Hi, Bentonville. How's it going? We were at Mike and Amanda's in New Jersey and hanging out with the kiddos and all the cats and
Yep.
having a grand time. And
Catching up with friends.
yes. So we had a really nice time hanging out with them for the next couple of days, Wednesday and Thursday, and then so we got to eat breakfast at Rutherford Pancake House in Rutherford, New
Yeah.
Jersey, in the little downtown area, and I had the best French toast I have. I love French toast. I eat it a lot. Okay, seriously, the best French toast I have ever had. It was the orange cranberry orange French brioche,
Yeah.
and it was three huge slices of really fresh brioche. They were like orange cranberry brioche, and then it was battered, and it was so good. Dean had a hollandaise
What did I had a
eggs
Benedict of some
Benedict.
kind. Oh, a
Cuban?
Cuban Benedict. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Havana Benedict, they
Oh
called it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and so breakfast was super great. So if you get a chance to stop in there and say hi sometime, Rutherford
Rutherford Pancake
Pancake House.
House. Yep.
And we also like the Rutherford Coffee Co.
Yep.
They had some really good coffee, and then Amanda got the turmeric and ginger tea, which is great. Hi, Alice.
Yeah, and our friends live just like a few blocks walk
Yeah.
from there, so
So we were able to
very
walk
nice.
there, and the yarn truck was parked in their driveway for a couple of days, and we had a nice time visiting
Barely
there.
got it in there.
Barely got it in there. Apparently, we kind of
Very steep
rolled
driveway.
some piping underneath the truck, so it's getting a little interesting under there, but that's okay. We'll get it all figured
Didn't
out.
really recognize it until we tried to
Do a
do
dump.
the sewer
on-
dump, and it was like I had trouble like getting the hose connected because it was up underneath the
Yeah.
frame of the truck. And I mean I got it. It wasn't that big a deal, but it was
Yeah.
just different than usual. So
Yes. And so that was very interesting. But on Friday morning, we left from our friend's home
yep.
after hanging out with them for a couple of days and getting to hang out with all the whole family.
Made the drive that we've made many times
Yes,
from
it was peak fall, guys. It was absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Probably farther south in New York was more colorful than we were used to seeing. Rhinebeck was actually not quite peaked
It
yet.
was, yeah, it was, and I'm not sure that I don't know if it's because of the amount of rain they had or didn't have or whatever, but
I looked at pictures from last year, and there were a lot more leaves on the trees, but it was less colorful than it was last year.
yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. So we got to the fairgrounds around 1 o'clock, and we saw a few people along the way. A couple of people commented that they saw us driving, heading north, and it's a really easy drive. It's only about 2 hours
It
or
was only like
so,
an hour and 40 minutes from Mike and his
and
house. Yeah.
it's New Jersey driving. They've improved the roads there. Oh my gosh, it was
So
really
much.
not bad of driving this time. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but we are so used to a lot of times they have really short on ramps, and so
Not even on ramps.
I was
They're just
really
you pull up and you have to stop and wait for your
yeah.
chance to get on the highway. And most of the time, there's not really a chance. It's just how it is, you
Yeah.
know?
I was really worried about driving there, and it ended up being really great. But Amanda said that they're getting ready because the city is hosting, or that area is hosting the World Cup in a couple of years.
Right. So
And
they,
the next World Cup is going to be in that area. And so they are working on a lot of the road systems to
yep.
make it more international friendly. So that's really awesome and made my driving experience so much more pleasant.
It was much better than usual.
Definitely. So we made it up to Rhinebeck, crossed the
Friday.
bridge on Friday, and we headed straight to the fairgrounds. And we helped Q from the Fold Out Cat.
We parked. We parked up in the vendor parking, and they had a weird thing this year where the gate that usually you walk in and out of as
For
vendors
Mm-hmm.
was closed, and so you had to like walk a long way around. It was
They just only had the back gate open for like the people who were like doing sheep and stuff, which is fine. I understand why. It just was like kind of annoying.
sort of less than ideal.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so we helped Q set up her booth. KT arrived and hung out with us in the afternoon.
she actually got to unload the booth on Wednesday because she taught class on Thursday. And a lot of times, if she teaches the day before the vending starts or the day before she has to set up, she'll end up having to like unload some stuff and then put some stuff back on, teach the class, and unload stuff again, put stuff back on again. She just got to unload it all and got everything into her booth on Wednesday. So
So we actually got to go to dinner on Friday. We went to the Terrapin in Rhinebeck for dinner. Love that restaurant. This year we had a lot better service than we had the year before.
we sat on the bistro side.
Yeah, and that was a much better experience.
Oh,
Now, I will tell you, at the end of our dinner, we were like sitting there talking and kind of finishing everything up. And I started noticing people like coming in, but it's like there's a bar section and then there's like little tables. And there were people trickling in, and they were all kind of wearing black or different, like, they started having hats. And apparently, we had found the local witches' coven.
The witchy gathering was happening
there.
there.
They were gathering.
I don't know if they were local. I think they were people going to Rhinebeck who were
yeah.
meeting up there. But
the coven was convening, and they were gonna get ready. They were getting ready to have a grand time. So that was really cool to see such a really vibrant community come together. And so the hats were amazing.
Yes, they were.
The hats and the outfits were just stunning.
Hat game was strong.
We enjoyed seeing that, and then we took a nice little stroll around downtown Rhinebeck.
Mm-hmm.
The village of Rhinebeck is a lovely place. I can't wait to spend some more time there. I think next year we have some really cool plans, and we're going to try to spend longer in the area at different yarn shops and doing different smaller events. So I think we're going to plan for more. I've seen Beach House Knits is came in, and I'm very happy with how it all turned out overall. We camped on the Rhinebeck side of the river, and
Mirror Lake Retreat. It
really
was
nice.
a really nice RV place. I mean, they had all sorts of little cabins, and like it's a retreat center. You know, you can have a bunch of people there, but they had RV spots, and it was very handy because it was only like 17 minutes from the fairgrounds.
Yes.
So that was it's really hard to find housing in the area of Rhinebeck that week that is not just insanely expensive.
Well, and we were able to find it like 2 or 3 weeks out. Like we were booking this in the end of September, and so which turned out great.
I was about 50% sure we were going to be just like at a gas station or a Walmart or something.
Yeah, I was afraid, but it turned out good.
Yeah, no, it went. It's really great.
So on Sunday or Saturday morning, we got up early. We headed in.
It was chilly.
Dean made us coffee. It was quite chilly. The 33-degree mornings were very
it stayed
brisk.
It stayed super clear, so it was really cold at night, but then it warmed up like by 1 o'clock it was warm.
Mm-hmm. So the weather is absolutely perfect though, because you can wear your woolens all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through a series of wool stuff like throughout the day. So Saturday I did a meetup with Alicia Plummer. So We all had our matching shirts for Q's booth, but I had my sweater on over my shirt for a while. They said fold out cat, and then they say bat barista across the bottom
And
because
she
her whole
ended
thing
up
is a bat bar where you pick all the things and we custom cart a bat for you. So
she ended up having a lot of help. It
hmm
was when SAF was still going on. It was just going to be her and her friend KT, and then
and cat,
Kat and Penny on
no, just
set,
cat,
or just Kat, yeah,
yeah, just cat.
from Cesium Yarn. But then so Penny was going to be at SAF, and we were going to be at SAF.
Yeah,
And then once SAF was canceled, Q
everybody,
suddenly had like 5 helpers.
which
And so,
was really
which
nice
was
for all
great.
of us because we all got to
We all
take
got to
breaks,
walk around
and
and
yeah, it was a really pleasant experience.
yeah,
We heard our friends did really well on Friday at India
Indian Tangle.
Untangled.
Yeah.
So Frogget Yarns and Cesium, as well as Storyteller Stitchery,
Hmm.
and a couple of others that we Camp Stitchwood, who we saw
Yep.
on the Hill meetup.
That's right.
So we saw some really great people, and we were really excited about it. But at 11 on Saturday, I headed over to the Hill after I dropped off wristbands and T-shirts for Cesium, and I met up with Alicia Plummer, and who is my favorite designer. So hi Alicia, I'm obsessed.
Because you're just testing out everything that she does.
I do test a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, and so I was wearing
Not
my
everything.
my
You toned it
newest.
down.
I have.
Yeah.
I've been doing other
Yeah.
things. I did my newest
Cozy
favorite flannel
cozy. Yeah.
which is lovely and made out of Stitch Stuff Studio and Cascade
Cascade
220.
220.
So it's an affordable project. Sweater is super comfy and cozy and soft, and then it wears just like a sweatshirt. I was wearing it most of this weekend.
You were, yeah.
And I just love that one.
You
Anyway,
needed it in
so
the morning for sure.
yeah, and I got some pictures with Alicia. I got to introduce her to Seventh Floor Yarn, Judy, one of the dyers there, and we picked up some more yarn from
Yep.
Judy is there as well. So we're very excited to have a fresh
Yep.
load, a fresh restock of DK Yak on the truck right now. And then oh, it's a phone.
We bought it. What did we say? 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, something like
We
6 or 7
restocked
weeks
and we
ago.
had like 12 skeins left.
Yeah, you guys
So
have really been enjoying that yarn lately, so we were excited about that, and we got some new stuff for you. So it was really nice to see Judy and her sister,
Yep.
and get to meet them. And then so I went back to the booth and helped out a little more.
Yep.
It
was fortunately Q had bought a bunch of snacks because it was so busy on Saturday. This was probably as busy as I've ever seen it.
I haven't seen numbers for this year, but I do think it rivals the 2019 year when we did have numbers of 27,000 for Saturday.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't higher than the highest
it
they've
was
had,
a lot
it
of
was
people.
insane.
And so we kind of traded off in the booth, giving each other turns at the cash register and helping out people and just crowd management in general because the booth was full the whole time.
Sort of doing a combination of trying to capture people into the booth, but also keep people who
moving.
were not coming into the booth moving. Like
so, that was fun. And then at 2, I went back out to the Hill. This time I went with Dean. We went on a little walk. I went to Holland Hoof Farm Store, which was out on the lower road, right next to Fiber MacGyver. She had matched the yarn trailer with her, and so we got to say hi to Emily, the botanical knitter, as well as Susie with Fiber MacGyver. And I picked up these super cool buttons at the Holland Hoof Farm, and they are ceramic, and then they have these really cool 9 patches on them. So I'm really excited about these. I don't know what they're going to be yet. I don't know what they're going on, but I saw them and I was like, these have to come home with me. Like
you did, yeah.
I don't know. They were the only ones that were there. It was the only card that was there with those on there, and I was like, this has to come home.
So you did your meetup at 2.
We met up with Neutrino, and we also ran into the Camp Stitchwood meetup.
Yes, we did.
They were meeting up because they had all finished their little sashes for their Pearl Scout badges, and I was like, I haven't got started on mine yet, but it's coming. I have the yarn picked out. I just haven't had a chance to cast on. So we met up with Neutrino. I had my Freedom Knitters tee on in Blada from Queen City Yarn. I used Sun Drop and Velvet for the face. And I wore that sweater. I mean, I literally put it on in the booth.
Got tons of
and
compliments.
I wasn't out of the booth before I had people taking pictures of it and talking to me about Kamala and her campaign.
And you had a fun, you just had a fun time talking with people who were.
Yeah, it was just nice to be able to chat with
just
people.
being on the hill at Rhinebeck again was kind of fun too.
The weather was absolutely lovely. It was a nice it was like 72 and like super sunny, and it was just pretty all the way around.
Under the beautiful tree.
Yeah. The hill was very full.
It was.
We did not.
That was definitely as full as I've ever seen the hill.
We stuck around for about 5 minutes, and then we were gone before the Andrea Mallory photo at 2:10.
Yeah.
Like we were taking photos like right at 2, and then we were out of there because I was like, no, I'm not sticking around for this.
And then we went back to the booth for a while, on and off.
And then we went to dinner. We went to Four Brothers Pizza after. So at the end of the day, we looked around and we we're like, Hugh, we got to restock. We got to find us something to fill these holes. And so we basically repositioned everything in the booth on the Saturday evening.
But she had been dying for
2 shows
because she thought they were thought she was gonna be splitting the stock between 2 shows, and fortunately she had enough. But yeah, the after Saturday, I should have taken a picture of the shelves after Saturday.
It was definitely more bare,
just like picked over.
And, which was it's an excellent problem to have, and we still have some really cool stuff.
Yep.
We were able to fill in the holes with, and then we went to dinner with Katy and Q, and then we went back and settled into our campsite again. Because we're driving the yarn truck to the fairgrounds and back every day, which is kind of fun because you can see people like, oh, I saw the truck out in the parking lot, or they would talk to us about it, and so.
But yeah, pretty much like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we just set up camp, and it was 8:30, and then we just crawled into bed and played on our phones for a little bit, and then went to sleep. And
then we were up and gone by 7:30. Every morning.
Every morning was like that.
And so then on Sunday we same thing. Just on repeat. We made coffee again. It was a little warmer on Sunday, which was kind of nice.
It was
much, but a little bit. But Sunday we got to walk around a lot more. So we took some more intentional breaks. I think
we kind of took more of the morning. The morning booth running, and then handed off for a couple of hours.
So for those couple of hours, we went and first off we went over and we went and saw Dreaming Robots over in Barn 31, and I got a bag. You guys know I love my electric eel wheel, and so went by and said hello and made sure that was fun and that we got to see everybody there, and then I wandered through. I found this lovely
It's the first time I've actually seen this.
Oh, yeah. So Dean was like, you said you wanted to walk with me, or you just disappeared. Okay, this is seashell, and it's Shanico wool tweed, and so it's Shanico acrylic and rayon, which is like the stuff I already have on the truck, but I liked that it was still more bare, and then that the Shanico the tweed was different colors, and so it's this nice the colorway is called seashell, and it's got this brown red tweed going through it.
Like they really captured seashell there.
I saw it and I had to get it.
Yeah.
I ran away from Dean into a really crowded booth and left him standing in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah, so, I was just watching and I turned around and she was gone.
Just gone. It happens sometimes.
Which it was Sunday. It was a little bit less busy, but it was still quite busy.
My very first purchases as I walked in were actually from Jess Lou across the way, because Jess Lou was okay, so she was my very
first. Stitched by Jess Lou.
Yeah, Stitched by Jess Lou was my very first Rhinebeck purchase,
in 2014.
10 years
2013.
Ago. Yeah. 2014.
2014,
yeah. And so this year I got a couple of pins. So I got one that says it's from Kitty with a Cupcake, and this says Crafty Witch. And then I got a black sheep with a rainbow. It's a black sheep of corn.
Yeah.
And they're both enamel pins, and so I was wearing those for a couple of days. Dean deserves a hand knit sweater. It's funny you should say that.
Ask.
Because we were walking through all these barns, and we were looking for yarn just for Dean, actually. So Dean has picked that he would like a sweater, and now We have picked yarn for
To
it.
be fair, I've always said I didn't really want a sweater, and I
That's
didn't
true.
want one because I just rarely would wear it. Hey, there's Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
But now
Uh,
I'm gonna get a sweater.
so this is Dean's sweater. This is all from Cozy Color Works. And this is lovely blue color. I believe it's called something fun
I don't remember.
that I like the name of. Hang on. This one, limited edition.
Hmm.
I guess.
I didn't remember it not having a name, but I also didn't know what.
I didn't remember it not having a name either, but it's limited edition.
Yep, it is time, Amanda.
And then we did get a skein of silver. It is time for Dean to have a sweater. This is going to be it. I don't know what the sweater's going to look like
Yeah,
yet.
no pattern or anything yet.
I just bought enough yarn that we will definitely have enough. These skeins are 550 yards each, which means I have like 2,700 yards. So Dean's gonna have a sweater and it's gonna be amazing and it's gonna be plenty big enough. So Dean's gonna get a sweater. And so Cozy Colorworks, they were the winner. It was just the right blue with this like dark gray in it. And like I said, I think it's called limited edition. Beautiful color.
I was just sort of wandering around looking for what jumped out at me.
Yeah. So we pretty much stuck with the numbered barns.
Yeah.
And we were over on the sheepy side, and
so
we
26 through or 20.
Yeah,
26 through 31.
31.
And then 39, 38, 39.
And 22.
Oh,
we did upper, 22 upper, which is the enclosed
the 2-level
barn.
Yeah.
The fancy barn. And so
but we didn't do any of the we didn't go into any of the letter
we did not cross the way and go into the letter barns. I haven't been in those in several years.
Yeah.
And they always seem very crowded to me, and I get really overwhelmed when I go in them. Because they have multiple aisles.
Especially on Saturday, and it's just like it's hard to tell like
is it worth it? I don't know.
Like like where people are moving to, and then certain booths just get like crazy packed, and
like those are the Babs booths and the Tess, and I love Tess yarn. I love Babs. I love.
Oh, there's great stuff in there. It's just
what is it? Louisa something. I have some of her stuff.
No.
Anyway, really great stuff. I love Indian Lake Artisans.
Oh yeah.
What the place that does the drawings?
The artist
that I used to have pictures in.
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I can't.
Anyway.
Souza.
Lisa Souza. There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amanda. Look at Amanda listening to us tonight. Yeah. So we I did not make it over there, but I did stop by and see our friends at Yarn Hero. So I got a skein of Yarn Hero, and this is in the Stipple DK, which is a non-superwash wool and wool, basically American and South American wool. And then this is the colorway Dagger, and it's like this lovely dark brown with all these lovely fall colors running through it for its second strand, for its second ply. And so I think it's just going to be a hat and knit set for next year for Rhinebeck. So hopefully we will do that for next year. And then is that everything I got?
I think so.
Oh, I got earrings from Burr Oak.
Oh yeah.
I don't see them in here.
They're in.
Or there. I got some earrings from Burr Oak. Oh, here they are. They're in the bottom.
Oh.
So Burr Oak Studio, who we also have on the truck, is awesome, and she just like 3 weeks ago moved to Vermont from Indiana with her whole family. I mean, like the whole family, and she makes recycled knitting needle jewelry. And so I got a pair of purple earrings.
Just takes the old hollow knitting needles.
Yep. So I haven't actually worn these yet. But yeah, I have been meaning to get a pair from her, and I just hadn't got it done lately.
She had one more pair of purple.
I just needed more. I needed more earrings, right? They're super cute, Amanda. That's right. I haven't taken any pictures of any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I have failed at Rhinebeck reporting pretty much. So before we went in the upper barn, we saw that the line for the apple cider donuts was short.
Yep.
And so we went and stood in line.
Like 15 minutes.
It was like 15 minutes. I got hot apple cider donuts, and Dean went.
So
Well, I stood in
Katie,
line.
we walked up to the donut line. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get some real food because it looks like the lines aren't too bad for that either, and I'll leave you here to stand in the donut line. The donut line was like only like 15 minutes long, so I went and got some real food, and I got Katie some lamb mac and cheese.
So good. It was like
And,
beef stroganoff, but lamb mac and cheese.
And by the time I returned,
I made friends with
Katie had
everybody.
made friends with like the 7 people around her, of course, like she always does. And
Amanda will not be surprised by this at all.
telling them like our life story, and then yeah, that we got a dozen donuts we shared with our friends.
Yeah. I got cider.
Got some cider.
It was delicious. And then yeah, we sat down on a bench and ate our donuts and my mac and cheese, and we went through a couple more crowded barns. We waved at Katrinkles. We we waved at Road Trip Sock Yarn. We nothing too crazy,
We
really.
saw lots of people that we knew. I think
Yes.
that's one of the fun things now is when we go to Rhinebeck, we know a lot of the people just like, and not like know like we go and like, seek out vendors and say hi, but just like in passing, you just see people.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of in passing, yes. Amanda, I'm glad you're watching for this. I walked by. We're going in one of the number barns.
No, we're going back into 29.
Yeah, and
we're
Katie,
all done. We've been looking. We were walking past, and like we were looking at all the animals coming out of the leaping llama.
And Katie just screams out, "I know that yarn!" And I'm like, "What? What is she talking about?" And it was Amanda's friend, Angelica, who just got married.
Yes, Amanda attended her wedding a couple of weeks ago, and
Katie spotted her by having seen her picture like once.
No, I spotted her because she was wearing
and the
her
yarn
7th floor yarn, her DK Yak in Blossom
that Amanda had made for her.
Amanda bought all this yarn from us, and we had gone through this whole thing of picking out the exact right color. And she knit. It's from Knititude. It's one of the sweater wraps where it's like a scarf, but it's a sweater
shoulder covering.
You know, like the one from Knititude. And so I was like, I know the yarn, and so I was so excited. I never actually met Angelica before, but I was so excited that I got to see her. And so she got pictures with me, and Amanda says that she felt that that Angelica felt like a celebrity.
I don't doubt that she did. You just like spotted her, like.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, you're very good at that.
That's what I do. But I enjoy that part of what we. Yeah, Jess, you did make one of those. Yeah. And the wedding pictures are just stunning. And when we get those, we will be sharing those because we have permission from the bride and from the photographer.
Because we had seen Judy from 7th Floor Yarn and picked up the 7th floor. That was ended up being before that.
Yeah, but that was they were all the same people.
It was pretty late. It was pretty late on Sunday when that happened, and
it was nice to be able to make connections like that. And then so we went back to the booth and
we packed it in on Sunday afternoon after the show closed in like record time.
We were all gone from the fairgrounds by 5:45.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
We went out to eat again.
We went out to eat again. We had pizza at
with
CJ's.
Q and Cat and Penny.
Yep.
Went to CJ's pizza. Most of us ended up having like Italian. You had a stromboli, right?
I had a pizza.
Or a pizza.
I had a pizza and Q had a stromboli.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway, but yeah, so Jess, that pattern is really easy. I like it. I love that you guys are on different platforms. You can actually see each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I felt like this year was really, really good.
It was.
Rhinebeck was a great visit. And then we ended up having dinner. We kind of recapped everything, got ready, and kind of said, hey, this is what we think we should do for next year. Because Rhinebeck's one of those places where like New York Sheep and Wool is one of those places where once you get in as a vendor, then you're in for a long, long time. And so I think Q is going to definitely stay doing the vending thing there. And I
It's
think
gonna
she's going
be
to,
the next. It's Rhinebeck's always the same weekend, but it'll be off cycle with SAF and a couple of the other shows. So
yeah, I think it's going to be a little better for our schedule next year to do that.
so we'll see. I think that's our plan now is to go back next year and help out Q.
We won't be vending.
Yeah,
And
we're not
that's
gonna
just
vend.
not our thing there.
Even
But
I mean, there's some chance we could do one of the peripheral events, but I really don't think we're gonna do any vending that weekend.
we might do some yarn shops
Well,
though.
I think we're gonna try to do some yarn shops in the
Amanda
area.
says
Yeah.
yay, because that means we're going to come visit her.
Yes.
And that also means that she might be able to come up and see us there
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
She likes coming up that way.
And let's see. So on Monday it was a long drive back here.
I drove the
Katie just
whole
drove the
way.
whole way. Usually, we drive for 2-3 hours and then the
Yeah.
other person drives for a little bit.
One of my favorite pieces of that though was that we were driving along in New Jersey, like right after we were just outside of Morristown, Amanda, and so I was like focused. And I was like, I should text Amanda, but I was driving, and we I
Caught
was
up
like,
to Cat and
I
Penny.
go, look, it's Billy, our old yarn truck, and we got to pass Cat and Penny on the interstate in New Jersey while we were going through all the fun
Yep.
traffic. So, and honestly, that was the easiest drive I think we've ever had
Yeah.
in that
And just the
area.
whole day, I don't know. It kind of just seemed like it was like I ended up I needed to do the email, and so I worked on that
Mm-hmm.
and
Cool.
was taking care of some stuff. And
Well, Monday was the last day of our benefit
yep.
for Western North Carolina. And so we are, tomorrow is the day we'll be making our
Yep.
donation. We did end up rolling in our Tuesday sales as well
Mm-hmm.
into that because of the email. So we're going to be donating
$175. Yep.
$175 to the
American Red
American
Cross.
Red Cross, specifically for Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee for
Yep.
Hurricane Helene. And we are saddened that we did not get to go this year to SAF, but we feel a lot of hope for those people. And I heard today that the area is now open to non-essential traffic.
Oh, okay.
If they have running water, it's safe to drink. Electric is coming back slowly. Things are going well, but
it'll be a long road for them, but
yeah, for sure. And
every little bit helps.
so we're gonna do our best to help out the area.
We'll
And
send
then
that off tomorrow, and then let's see. Today's Wednesday. So what did we do yesterday? Oh, we set up here at the farm.
we
Yeah.
set up here at the farm. Yesterday we opened up the truck. We brought down or brought up two of the alpacas. We had Priscilla and Paris up here in the pen, and then we had Mama Misty and her three adorable babies. And I actually sat outside and I spun all afternoon. There was an alpaca here that I actually helped pick out that got our friends into alpacas, and his name is Carbon, and he passed away unfortunately about a year and a half ago. And so they have some of his last roving in a bag, and so I am actually doing the honors of spinning that.
Yep.
And so I'm
trying to make something with it after it's spun up.
Yeah, I got about an ounce of it done, and so I'm really happy with how that's going. The yarn is beautiful. He was a beautiful true black.
Yeah.
And so the fiber is just lovely.
Yep.
And I'm really enjoying the spin. So it's nice to think of him and all the cuties that are down here. So
today, I've pretty much been working. We did some stuff around the farm. Can help Kobe a little bit, but I went and got a haircut today. You can tell my hair's like really short today. But yeah, one of the big things I was doing today was working on Eureka Fiber in the Ozarks things, switching over to a different website provider.
Yes.
So loading all that in, and
you can expect a big update next week, around the 1st.
Yep. So we'll be posting a complete vendor list and a mostly complete. We still have a month or so before we're like closing class proposals, but we'll have most of we're getting close to full on those. So we'll be posting what classes we do have so that people will be able to sign up when we go to NWA Fiber Festival on November 8th and 9th. So be looking for updates on Eureka Fiber in the Ozarks. We're super excited about how everything's going with that. And yeah,
I think that's it. We
I
went
think
over
that's it.
time
You went
this
way
week.
over time. So
No, well, last week we were really short.
yeah.
Okay, so we will chat with all of you guys next Wednesday, and we will be at you. No, we'll be here. No, be camping.
We'll be camping at that
We'll be
Parker
camping
Crossing RV place. Yeah.
outside of Jackson, Tennessee.
Yep.
So this weekend on Saturday, we will be at Frederick Fiber Fest in Frederick, Maryland. I believe it's at the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? And you can come out. I don't think there's an admission.
I really don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway, there will be 3 yarn trucks there. Cesium will be there. We will be there. Rocket Yarns will be there. Come out and say hello.
Mhm.
All kinds of amazing vendors.
Yep.
We are very excited about being there. It's our first year to attend as a vendor. It's been 5 years since we attended as people. So we're very excited to be there. And it's a great festival, a great time to hang out with everybody and
Yep.
just make friends. So we'll be there then. And then next week we will be at Grinning Soul Crochet in Jackson, Tennessee on Thursday, which is Halloween.
So we'll be talking to you again before we go there.
And then off to Alabama.
Mhm.
So we're looking forward to seeing all of you guys in the next couple weeks. So talk to you soon. Happy crafting.